much output before you get there with your setup. I hope this reason was clear, and it's my like experience of playing this game a lot. I mean, probably you can make like a very specific board setup and then do like breakpoints. Should be easy, but general observation of myself is it's probably this, and most people in the top 10 would agree probably. Let's take the HP since we do not have a shield item. And boost on day 4. I mean, if it was like ranked, I would consider this a lot more because like every single round matters so much. But since it's unranked, I do not care enough. We are rich, so let's cook. Yeah, perfect. Get an upgrade for the Aiden. Like in this case, I even would have taken the Dave, Micro Dave, because I think it would upgrade my board by a lot. I mean, both are good options. Here we look for a freeze. Here we look for upgrades on the board. I think I want to upgrade my board more consistently. I love this one. And I love this one. Perfect. Let's get rid of the stuff I don't like. I like this probably even more over than Uzi. Was it understandable for you? Moment of root of V? I don't know. Like my reasoning. Like, don't say that I'm correct like all the time, but did I understandable make my point for you so you could at least understand my point of view? I mean, I have double the health of a pig. Crazy. Oof, another great upgrade. I take this just to have it. Another reason why I like the duct tape. Like some people hate on the duct tape, like top 10 players. They like undervalue it in my opinion. And I think it is a lot better than they gave credit to it for two reasons. One, the flexibility, like for example in this setup, but also secondly, because if you have seen my one PvE fight that I lost, I only lost it because I did not have a duct tape, like literally. It it gives so much stability, especially if you're like a little more glass cannon, as what Burn Core is. So yeah, I like it a lot. In the beginning, you want to core value on your burn items, and later the core gets outscaled by the ray and you want to max core activation. But finding the tipping point is tricky sometimes. Yeah, though I think most people overvalue the um, scaling part, and you want probably more core activations in most cases. But still, as I said, they're like small cases, and it helps to have an intuition, seen a lot of fights. Maybe if you like really nerdy and precise, you wanna like calculate a few times, but yeah. I'm like below 2000 health, so I prefer chocolate even though I'm broke, so this chocolate it is. We're not healthy enough to take Lich. Like, if this was a golden ray and we had like 400 health, we could probably take him, but not with this setup. still we're like giga strong. Like one haste skill and we're already like cruising easy. Yep, we are upgrading this. I do not need to see any other options. I mean, day 6 often has bad skills. I think we are too poor to not take a freebie. There are not many tools because I have already the soldering gun, so I think just getting a regen is better. oh, oh man. Like, first of all, be careful because Reynard said he does not like having us like calculating stuff, but what you do in the background is probably irrelevant. But like, he does not like fight simulation. Second of all, I mean, sure, you can make a Python script, but I think the most work is to put in all the items and scaling of the items, unless you just want to make it for one example of items, one specific set of items that have like a set value. Because if you want to have like, yeah, all the items, different scalings, it will be a little more work. Not saying it's hard or anything, but it's not done in 15 minutes, I think. I mean, sometimes you cannot math out correctly because crit has like a chance to hit or not hit, right? But you can make an average, right? That is true. I actually like the shield here, just because of consistency. We definitely take some chocolate. And obviously both have very good skills, but this one is giving, first of all, a higher chance for the skill, and second of all, more XP and gold. True. This is actually one of the reasons I value putting, for example, my plus burn items rather on the core over the soldering gun. Even though probably the soldering gun is, with this three-time multicast, triggering maybe even a little more, it is more prone to the beta ray. Let's try to find some upgrades. I don't care about that anymore. CD reduction. Yeah, we take that. Also take that. Ah. I mean, it's just silver, so it's not a perma haste, and it's falling off at this rate, because on day 7 the regen is not enough anymore. We just want it for the haste, and I mean, haste is good, but I do not like to fit it on this specific board. I was like thinking a little bit about this scrap metal and whether I want to keep it for like 2 days in my inventory and upgrade it to diamond to get the cooldown reduction on the core or not. I probably hope to find something better. I just want to do it now. But I also can see the reason to keep it. If this was a ranked run, the decision would have been probably easier, because in ranked, the golden rule is never be greedy. and always try to win the next fight, especially since in the top ranks you cannot afford to lose. Like every loss is hurting so much that you always have to take, or like mostly have to take your temp boost and stuff. Day 8 is good enough for skills, and we have all the necessary stuff here already. This is probably a consideration with this, since we do not have LEDs, and yeah, I like it. I will take it. Let's get the monster fight. Yeah, like my experience with ranked over the last days, um, yeah, it's the same. Like, so like I'm in Europe, like Germany, and like between 4 a.m. and 10 a.m. you have on average your easiest opponents, with like a lot less consistent good opponents. Um, and the difference is mainly what class they play and what monster skills they have, and how they arrange their board. Like it's, yeah, a lot more Vanessas and a lot less Fury, Rebirth, and Bongs, and it makes a huge difference. I actually like often picking Joyful Jack because this is just too good of a skill to pass. So I'm often picking Joyful Jack, even though it's not the best XP. Wrong skill, but still not the worst. Cooldown reduction it is. Freeze skill, of course. It's this one because it freezes the longest. I think it's time to consider temp boost. Also, like a mean person would like point out which time zone is most active at 4 a.m., but I'm not that kind of person, so no one telling who you're farming at that time. So for example, here it was correct to put actually something right off the core, right? If it's just a passive item that has no activation and it benefits from the core, always. Like matchboxes is one of the few items that is always correct to put right off the core. Yeah. I do like to look at medium items here. Because a chrono barrier is like MVP. Scrap metal, another one would be good. 100 or 150 HP do not matter that much anymore, but it's close. Unlucky. Yeah, true. It really does not matter, especially if you have a burn ray. But it's still correct to put right of core, right? Because I do get the 3 extra scaling from the core, and I'm a little faster. Also, you can lose with matchboxes on the board. Like, let's assume you hit like a Fury, Rebirth, uh, fast starting Poison Lizard person, which I have faced a lot of in total, then it will definitely matter and being close. We just upgrade the burn ray here. Yeah, let's take a shield skill. I mean, they're all not really good. Probably this one, since we run a weapon. I think this is the better one. And yeah. To be fair, like, to the server, like, we have our game servers in Europe. That is true. Like, our connection is to Europe. But the ghosts are just like from another different kind of server. And that server is hosting every single ghost. So it's not specific to Europe, our ghost pool at all. It's a one ghost pool for the whole game, which I think is great because it takes out the controversy about which region has the easier opponents slash ghosts. Like, for example, I played a lot of Hearthstone in the past, like from the beginning to the kind of end with like some breaks. Yeah, we always had global ghosts. I'm absolutely certain there was a message in Discord. You could probably look through the message history of Candyvan, who is like the server engineer, and I'm rather certain he posted about it that it's a global ghost pool. Um, yeah, we could search for it. This is probably too late. This one is also scaling too late. We do not run much weapons, so I think like one more cast on our soldering gun is the best here. Mm, let's just take the shield and go on with our lives. But let's make it on the banana. I called this thing banana for most of the time because for me it is banana and not a duct tape, but yeah. Um, let's just take the chocolate and we have to relock the coast. No, so I'm not certain who's like from EU. I mean, I know some names are from EU, like Rarish, me, um, and For Big Guys and Touch and the Russians. I mean, I don't know if you like some of them are located in Europe. I don't know where Kiri is located in all honesty. So this is still like kind of European. Um, yeah. That is Big Guys For Big Guys is also um in Europe. I know. So we are like Europeans, but I don't know if the others are also Europeans. I have no clue. Um, I don't know. I don't want to go too much in the EU US debate, but it's one goals pool and the MMR gain should be the same for every region. Yeah, I don't know. Like I just set up the stream. Like there's like an automod that it did. I allowed it though. But yeah, I can imagine why. Let's yeah. But also like his other name is Sweaty Balls. Like I don't know, that guy has a strong humor. Like I don't care about it too much. It's whatever to me. I wouldn't go around in the world taking those names. I just take like more neutral names. Like in the Hearthstone, I just like went by Max, my real first name, and yeah, I couldn't name myself Max in this game, so I took an old alias of myself when I made the account. So I'm now bound to that name. It's not the end of the world to me. Oh, nice LEDs. I love them. I don't think I can fit in Dave. Dave is good for the mid game when you like your some pieces, but now I have better pieces for sure. Yeah, let's take the cinders. So, do we want to fit in LEDs in this board? Maybe. Thing is, this is kind of LEDs with some benefits. Like, it scales good on the banana. It has a little lifesteal. Race scaling of each other. So probably the most consideration is this one. It's a little bit damage output and healing for more slow. It's probably better on average. So it's close. I think both is good. Like having a little more burst is good against Vanessa just to be faster and like yourself. This is making sure like basically everything is slowed. Let's go with the slow. But I think both would be a reasonable assumption to do. Like obviously it depends what build she has, right? The build is making the one better over the other. Like here, I think I would have slowed anyway, but also nothing really matters. Like it's a Vanessa and we have a Diamond Ray, so yeah. Well, like I have like farmed and speedrun, I don't know, 8 or 9 runs now. Let's see how many tickets I have. Like I played a little ranked this morning and then I watched the majors of CS2, like what the semifinals, and now I'm just like farming some tickets because as we figured out, we do not want to play ranked at the moment, and also playing ranked would be more stressful. Now, I mean, there's not much mattering. 2 cores I think are really good. Yeah, I mean, kinda. But also, I will not spend money on this game. Like, I mean, maybe a battle pass, sure, but I will not spend much money on this game in comparison. And I want to have like some nice skins. Like, I'm missing all the legendary skins, even though I played a lot. So accumulating in-game currency and tickets is also a way of in-game currency if you want to. Is probably something I like to achieve more. And also I will play ranked. Like it's just less ranked and more farming gems in a different way. Like for me, ranked is also farming gems because I will have a net positive even if I play 6 hours or like 4 6 hours straight ranked. Like I will always come out with more gems. So both is like getting more. But for the time, we assume that we will not instantly have the opportunity to sell stuff between accounts. So only using a marketplace. So I cannot like if I get any good gems or like more gems or cosmetics on the second account, I cannot transfer them to the main account in any reasonable time frame we know of. So I just want to stick to the account that I like. So we will level so we can I'm more inclined to buy like bad stuff just to have like a board filled with stuff. Yeah. It's this. I like cooldown reduction on the core a lot. Whether this stuff is good enough, I think it is solid. We leveled. We have a full board. Probably we get there. Yeah. I think we get there. Because we still have like decent amount of scaling here. I don't think he is out healing that in the long run. And we do not need to deal much damage because the HP difference is not that big. Yeah, but like, see, like getting the heroes is not a big of a deal. So soonish, probably spring next year latest. The whole purpose is like having a marketplace in some sort where you can buy and sell your skins that you got. And while I have like millions, I don't know, millions is like over thing, but um, I have a lot of skins, but I'm missing the rarest one that probably most people want. Like music, not everyone wants, but having like the sexy, rare Dooley skin, I assume a lot of people want them, and they are actually rare. So there will be bids probably to get them, and they only can bought like bid on by gems, and whether like I can outbid those people who swipe their credit cards then at that specific point, I don't know. I would assume they will go for more than like a few thousand gems because they're really rare and there will be a lot of wilds that will just buy gems, which is totally fair and legitimate and that kind of stuff. So no judgment there. But if I want to compete with them, I need to compete with them. I will need a lot of gems, and I assume it is more in the price range of like 500 euros or something. Like maybe I'm overestimating the spending power of people, but I would assume the skins go for like maybe even 500. And so better to have the gems than needing them and don't have them, because I will not spend 500 euros of my own money for those. Yes, as far as card packs go, I mean, they will come probably more like in a year or something. I don't know, but I assume. Um, I don't know what they will cost, but Rainer specifically said it's free to play friendly, so I assume it's not that much. Like, I think the bulk money they will make is having like a cut on the auction bazaar thing. Um, and that will be the money maker, and some money from the battle pass so people have like more gems and stuff. And I think that is a reasonable way to approach. I think this game so far is absolutely free to play and not pay to win at all. So yeah, but still, that is the reason why I want to like accumulate the most gems I can on the main account and not have like a split of to a second account. So no. Um, the like there's one currency in this game and it will never change. It's the gems. There's not a second currency planned. It's not anything, but you can get gems either by playing ranked and converting either your tickets or free runs, or you just like spend 100 gems and are good and get like 120, 150 gems on average out of the runs. Or you can also get the gems by obviously paying for money. Like you can just buy those gems. So in the marketplace, I will have to compete with those who probably like just like say, oh, 500 euros is not much for me because I work full time. And then they just like buy the skin. And if I want to compete in a bidding contest, that's the point. Let me see what other people say. I can also think of what number of the item increase or lower. So yeah, like so like the item increases or lower the. I do not understand your point, DeAndre. Like maybe the point is the amount of items like depend on the money you can get or what you have to spend, sure, but it's like always a finite amount of items because it's seasonal and they will not ever repeat the same items. And then it's also um, a thing about how many people playing the game, and I think that one is increasing by a lot. I think he means the dig side. Like the next question is, would I ever take knee brace from the dig side? And my answer is it depends. It depends how often I rolled on the merchant already. It depends how much gold I have. So how much can I spend? It kind of depends on the day, honestly. Like on day 2, and I don't have knee braces, they will have a lot of value to me. While on day 8 or 9, when I'm already like 8-0 or 9-0, and I only spent like another day, they don't have much value anymore. They lost their value, most of it. Like, sure, they still give you like a bonus on cooldown reduction, but it's less. And so I cannot say it in general, but I can say I have taken the knee braces out of the dig side, because if I roll 3 times, I'm normally stopping. And if that is the item that is showing up and I do not have it yet, it is a good item. Like, it is a really valuable item in your stash. It's one of the few I will always love seeing in my stash, no matter what. Yes, it is like numbered your the skins. That is correct. Yeah, now I understand. Yeah, yeah. So the value is also increasing or decreasing by the number. Like for me, it does not have like a high value which number my dually skin has. Like, sure, it would be nice if it's like number 2 or 1, but in total, I'm happy if it's like number 5,000. I couldn't care less because I want to have the skin and I want to look at the skin and not, you know. Um, but some collectors